Hello and welcome to Assignment 1 Research Presentation for Web Design. My name is Dan Salkowski. I will be working on a wedding organisation website for engaged people aged 18 to 35 years old who are currently organising their weddings and want an easy way to communicate information to their friends and family. For my visual research, I found 10 competitor websites that in some way offer at least some of the functions that I'm looking to provide. The majority of the websites I looked at had some common elements. Most of the sites were top-heavy with a large hero image with some sort of overlaid text. They used simple serif fonts, had muted color palettes that were geared towards the neutral to masculine colors. All of the websites had a header navigation bar for easy access, and the sites used a grid layout but were very text-heavy that quickly became hard to look at. As you can see, all of the websites that were looked at in the competitor audit were fairly similar to each other, with the only real exception being their use of hero imagery. When looking at all the competitors on the novelty and aesthetic graph, you can see that most of them are tightly packed in the center because all of their features and descriptions and even their imagery is very similar. The only real outlier being the website Joy, which had a much more interactive and interesting way to describe their features. In summary, all of the competitor websites use some sort of hero image or asymmetrical grid format. They used a muted color palette and generally went from neutral colors towards the masculine. They were visually cluttered. They all used a header navigation bar and they all had prominent sign-up options. For my user research, I developed 10 interview questions that were given to an unmarried male, an unmarried female, and also a married female. Some of these questions had to be altered depending on the marital status of the interviewee. The interview process really highlighted a number of takeaways. This included all of the participants seeing the advantages of a wedding website, helping with the planning and organization, both pre and post-event. All of the interviews discussed feeling being under pressure by their friends and family, although this is an ancient issue that I'm not sure we're going to solve. The RSVP process was a major pain point, as most of the interviewees were thinking about using more traditional methods, but once discussed, they realized how much of an admin problem this could be. Taking the admin out of the planning process was highly desired by all of the interviewees. After the interviews and aggregating all the data, my first persona, Charlie, was created. Her goals are to spend more time with her friends and family and plan her special day stress-free as possible. But she is time poor due to work. A second persona was also created, this time a male, Luke. Luke wants to help out his partner with the planning duties, but is unsure of how to help. He also wants to help keep the budget under control. The overarching goals of my website is to encourage new customers to use it by providing versatile organization solutions. I want to summarize the features on the front page in a clear and concise manner, while focusing on three main areas: the RSVP invitations, guest list tracking, and wedding day photo collection and sharing post-wedding. And also the website should cater to averagely tech-savvy people. My mood board is trying to convey the ideas of relaxation through organization, but also in a very social environment. I opted for a fairly muted color palette that ranged from the neutral towards the masculine. The only real imagery I need for my website will be the hero images, which I can find through free websites like Pexel. Everything else is more logos and feature symbols. Here are my references. Thank you for listening.